In his most recent televised interview, Mike Tyson opened up about his health issues. Last month, the audience was stunned to see him using a wheelchair for the first time. Get ready, boxing fans, because the world has just been turned upside down. The legendary Mike Tyson has just dropped a bombshell that has shocked even the most hardened competitors in the sport, like Floyd Mayweather.
All right, Ted, the other day I saw a picture of you. You were in a wheelchair. What was that all about?
Oh, I have sciatica every now and then. It flares up, and when it flares up, I can't even talk.
At 58, Tyson has exposed a dark and personal side to his life that has left everyone in the boxing community stunned. This isn't just another story. It's a bombshell that has made everyone cry. Before we get into the juicy details, let me say this. Tyson's revelation will forever alter your perception of him. Let's go back in time for a little while.
Obviously, devastating news. I'm heartbroken, speechless.
Born in Brooklyn, New York in 1966, Mike Tyson, also referred to as the baddest man on the planet, had a difficult upbringing that drove him into crime at a young age. However, boxing was his escape, and at the age of 20, he became the youngest heavyweight champion in history. His knockouts were brutal, and his reign in the 1980s and 1990s.
I don't know if he's in his prime. He's fat. He should be lean and mean. He's fat and funky. I can't even get mad at this guy because everybody know this guy's talking out of his ass. And stealing money. I'm up here just stealing money fighting.
Was nothing short of legendary. But as they say, all good things come to an end. Grab some tissues because this story is going to take a devastating turn. The other day, I saw a picture of you in a wheelchair. What was that all about? Mike Tyson finally broke his silence about his health. Let's just say we won't see much of this legend. Oh, I occasionally get sciatica flare-ups. When they happen, I can't even talk. This is when things really get serious. Mike Tyson has disclosed that he is suffering from a potentially fatal disease. Yes, you did hear correctly.
Day 3, you still want to f with me?
Tyson's health issue is so bad that medical professionals don't think he has much hope of recovering. It's an astounding discovery, particularly in light of Tyson's seemingly flawless online physique. But remember that just because you watch and dominate, that doesn't mean you understand what's actually going on behind the scenes. Although Tyson has always been a fighter, this is a fight for his life. And it's tearing through the boxing world like a gut punch. No one saw this coming, especially from someone as tough as Tyson. The shocking news has taken the internet by storm, shocking boxing pros and fans alike and leaving everyone in tears. It's obviously devastating news. I'm speechless with heartbreak. In a recent interview, Mike Tyson revealed all. He said, "Yeah, I wish I could say it's just another fight."
When is the Mike Tyson fight?
It's supposed to be in November. Supposed to be. But that is, who knows if it's ever going to happen. I mean, Mike has ulcers. He's a 58-year-old man
old
with
man
ulcers.
thing ever to get out of the fight.
Oh, Mike.
That's like a CEO problem.
But it's not. I've been keeping something under wraps for a while now. But I can't hold it in any longer. I got some bad news from the doctors, and it's really serious. They're calling it cardiomyopathy, which is a rare condition, something that attacks the heart and muscle tissue at the same time. The doctors told me my heart's been weakening, and it's spreading to my muscles, which is why I had that ulcer flare up on the plane, they said. With the complete diagnosis, the ulcer flare-up was only the beginning of an early warning indication that something was terribly wrong.
So odd that you said it. My mentor, Customato, his objective was to think of nothing. You're nothing, nothing's nothing but the objective, the job, and that was his psychological war.
It's a devastating blow to someone who has built his life on being unbeatable, that Tyson is facing the reality that no amount of training or mental toughness can prepare him for. The news is as sad as it gets, and people are having a hard time processing the truth. We all know the buzz that erupted when Mike Tyson and Jake Paul were set to face off on November 15. The doctors aren't sugarcoating it either. They're not giving him any chance of beating this illness. The internet was going crazy over Tyson's comeback to the ring. But just when we thought the excitement couldn't be any greater, things drastically changed. Tyson's candidacy of his major health difficulties has thrown a major hitch into the fight plans. Mike was eager to return to the ring, not only to experience the exhilaration of a fight, but also to knock out Jake Paul, who many believe to be the most punchable man in boxing.
No way. That's the success is the reason why I tore my life apart. You know, this is what I found out with the fight.
However, Mike is overweight. He shouldn't be this way. Quirky, I can't even get upset with this guy because everyone knows he's stealing money and talking out of his ass. After all, Tyson was in incredible shape. He was almost 60 years old and still looked like a beast, proving that he could still compete with the best. That's why this medical setback caught everyone off guard, especially since Mike Tyson seemed to be unstoppable. One more day, 3, you still want to screw with me. This is why Joe Rogan was skeptical of the fight from the start. Tyson was supposed to fight Jake Paul in July, but things turned south when the heavyweight legend developed an ulcer during his flight from Miami to Los Angeles. If a simple flight could give Tyson that much trouble, then entering the ring for a full-fledged boxing match in front of millions of fans should be completely out of the question.
Get the double whammy. I become this great guy, and I tear him down. I get that power too.
Now that it's apparent that Rogan saw the warning signs early on, it's becoming evident that his concerns were well-founded. When is the fight scheduled for November? Mike, who is 58 years old, has ulcers, so it's doubtful that he will be able to leave the fight. It's like having a CEO problem. Of course, we can't discuss Tyson without bringing up his mentor, Cus D'Amato, who helped shape him into the beast we saw in the ring. But this is where things get serious. In recent times, Tyson has discussed how his relationship with Cus was both a gift and a curse. Cus was Tyson's father figure and a great friend, but he was also a strict old-school trainer who adhered to the kill or be killed philosophy. Tyson has acknowledged that Cus gave him the mindset that he had to be the fiercest, meanest, and most feared fighter in the world. While that mindset made him unstoppable in the ring, it also made Tyson feel as though he had to be that way all the time, even outside of it. It's strange that you mentioned it, but your mentor taught him that his goal was to think of nothing, and that nothing matters. That is, the job, and that was his psychological warfare. Tyson has acknowledged that the only thing that matters is the objective, and after achieving it through these boxing techniques. Do you ever stop to consider how lucky you were to encounter that guy? Listen, even now, I'm not sure how this happened. As you can see, Dad was 66 years old when I was born, which is absurd. That's a tragic truth, but it's also a lesson about finding yourself outside of your career. Tyson talked about how he never learned how to be just Mike the person. He only knew how to be Mike the fighter, and that's something that messed with his head for years. Now that he's at a stage where he doesn't have much time left, even after all the fame and glory, he doesn't feel fulfilled. Let's get real, Mike. Though Tyson was fighting some major demons outside of the ring, he has always been known for his fury there. This is what I discovered with the pile. Tearing yourself down is just as motivating as tearing yourself up. So I get the double, I become this great guy, and I tear him down, I get that power too. Tyson has recently opened up about his struggles with mental health, something that was not discussed much back in his prime. He has opened up about how he felt trapped in his own mind, like he was constantly at war with himself. Tyson admitted to feeling empty and depressed even at the peak of his career. Imagine having everything you've ever dreamed of, but still feeling like it's not enough. That concludes today's video. Mike Tyson's legacy is already ingrained in history thanks to his ascent to the top of the heavyweight division and his vicious knockouts that put opponents on the canvas. However, his legacy is currently being tested in a way that no one could have predicted, so all we can do is pray for the legend because this is the end of his life. Please remember to subscribe, like, and ring the bell symbol if you liked it. This will ensure that you never miss any of our future videos. Additionally, don't forget to leave your comments below. Keep watching, and we'll see you in the subsequent video.